Let's learn how to register students and get them researching on Noodle Tools. So I am on a Noodle Tools page, and this is after I've clicked through to a school link, and from there Noodle Tools has asked me to choose a personal ID, so I've clicked through to that, and now I'm going to go ahead and click I am a student, and an expected year of graduation, I'll just say 2016. And you really want to coach up the kids on the personal ID, have them stay away from things like their user IDs at school or their nicknames or things like that. So I'm going to say use your first and last name, and maybe a middle initial if they have a common name like I'm doing here, and then again a password should be something they'll remember. I usually recommend a pet's name or something, but we'll see how Noodle Tools can really help you with a very easy retrieval system. So I'm just going to throw anything in here, and I just use my name and then went 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And then down here I've put in my initials and last 4 digits of a phone number. And this is a really important piece because this is how, if your students forget their password, Noodle Tools is going to help them get it back. So I'm going to go ahead and click register and keep my fingers crossed. And now I am in. So the student's ready to go. Here's welcome Mark D. Barnes, and they can start some research now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tell them, let's jump right in and create a new project. So they're going to come over here and they're going to click create new project. And once they've done that, Noodle Tools is now going to ask the student what kind of style they are going to use for their project, and of course the teacher is going to instruct them here, and I would go with MLA Starter if you're using MLA, which I think a lot of K-12 schools are using. You might be in the APA if it's a college or something else, but for right now MLA Starter. And then this one down here, you want to have your students name their project. So think about what kind of research you're doing, but they can't be too general because you're going to have a lot of students dropping things into your Dropbox. So if you're doing biographical research, I would say name a person they're researching. So when I made this video, it was Ray Charles' birthday. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the description of this is Ray Charles Research Project. And then we'll click Create Project. Okay, so to move forward, there's a couple of easy things to get started. Research question. I have my students just say, what's a question that's going to drive your research? So there's something real simple. Who is Ray Charles? What did he accomplish? Thesis statement. I may not be ready for that yet, but I'll go ahead and just start that and submit that. And then this is a really important piece here. Now I'm going to tell my students it's really important that you share your project with me. So they're going to click share with a Dropbox, and I'm going to give them the Dropbox name. So I have created Dropboxes based on my class period. So I'm going to tell them, let's assume these students are in my first period class, that the assignment Dropbox is, and the nice thing is, as soon as they type B, I'm going to say start with Barnes, and as soon as they type the B, because I've typed it in, it's going to come up, and they're going to click on Barnes period 1, and they click on that, and they're going to go ahead, and here it says identify yourself. Your teacher doesn't know your personal ID. So what they have to do is type in their username. So for me, that's the example I gave. And then I'm going to encourage them to share Google Docs as well. So we put that in, and then we're going to click share project. And now Noodle Tools is just putting that all together, and what it's done since they clicked share with the Google Docs is they've jumped to the Google Docs and they're asking for Gmail. So for this video, since I've already added my Gmail from my other account, we'll just go ahead and we won't click that, and we'll share the project. And then that brings them back to here now, and what we see now, they're back to their dashboard on Noodle Tools, and the student's project is Ray Charles Research Project. And there's that question, there's the beginning of a thesis statement, history of the project. It is in the Dropbox of Barnes, Mr. Barnes, and it's going to Barnes period 1. And the things that can be shared are a bibliography, note cards, and not a paper yet, because I left out that Google Docs piece. And here's that link to barnesclass.com. So there's a lot of things going on. Now, if your students are collaborating in a small group, what you're going to do here is we're going to click Add Remove Students, and they are going to use their partner's user ID, and then that's all set. And now what you're going to have is a group when you as the teacher go in and you look at your Dropboxes, and that is the way to get your students started, to get them sharing with the teacher Dropbox, to get them collaborating, and even how to connect to Google Docs if that's what you're doing.